Okay, hello, eighth graders. If you're watching this, then you either need to review. Hello, eighth graders. I don't know if my audio is going, so I'm going to do that again. Um, we are cruising on to 152 to 153. I am going to share my screen and my Google Slide presentation. So we are on the writing for the lottery, and you're writing an informative paragraph. So make sure you have your books open to 152 to 153. Make sure you have posties, a writing utensil, the learning targets for the day, or for these 2 pages. I can plan, organize, and write a literary analysis, including text evidence and quotations. I can use precise academic words to describe a character and how the character reacts to events. You do have a do now. Okay, so make sure you fill that in. You still have your word bank at the bottom. Today's goal: the characters in the lottery help us understand what makes a dystopian society so frightening. Today, we'll write a paragraph that analyzes how one character feels about the lottery. We'll support our analysis with evidence from Shirley Jackson's story. The prompt: choose one character from the lottery, which I picked one, so I think let's all do the same one so that way we can work together. By Shirley Jackson. Write a paragraph that analyzes the character's attitude toward the community's annual lottery. Okay. Now it's broken into 2 parts. On page 152, of course, is your planning. And one of the first things you have to do is identify the prompt and purpose. So the writing prompt is at the top, and I will model for you what my analysis of the prompt is right here. A paragraph that analyzes something examines it deeply in order to explain it. So, if you are analyzing in order to explain, is your purpose for writing to inform, persuade, or tell a story? You can see my next one. I'm hoping you chose inform because that is correct. At the bottom of 152, there's a chart. I'll pop it up in a second. Write 2 precise words that can replace each everyday word. Then write 2 additional forms of each word. I provided you with a thesaurus, which I'll get to in a second, which also, by the way, has a dictionary in it, which you'll need as well. So at the bottom, for example, they have, not for example, the 3 words they have are call, look over, which is more of a phrase than a word, and gather. The precise word they came up with for call is address, and then the word family, addressed. For look over, the more precise word, surveying, survey, and then the city did the same for gather. Now I'm going to focus on gather. Oh, and talk, they talk too. Oh, you guys know gossip, spill that tea. So gather, let me do that one as an example. So back in your slide, you can open up thesaurus. I already have done that. Okay. So what you can do to assist you with this is you can type the word gather into the thesaurus. Okay. So let me go back to the thesaurus. When you pop it up, it'll actually be thesaurus. It'll be red. So then you type, you type in gather. Okay. And of course, you can see all of the words that they have. And once again, we've done this once before, and you can see the key down here. Yes, the most relevant right here is in the red. Somewhat close, and then of course, so assembled, I thought, was a good choice for them to have because it really was pretty close. So they had assemble. Now the other, sorry, this is my train of thought. The word family, what you can do is assemble now the word that you chose, and this is kind of what their thinking was. If you put assemble in your dictionary, boom, right there. Okay. So right here, of course, we used it without an object because they're just assembling, they're gathering. You have 2 other words. So they chose assembled, you could have done assembling. Okay. So you do the same for the words you choose. So once you have, let me pop it back up. Okay, once you have two other words here for gather, okay, like say you went with, clustered, I would do congregate. Some don't always work, like choose doesn't really work, a cluster, you can say maybe they clustered together, but I like congregate, or collect, they collected in the town square. I'll let you choose. Okay, then you write that word in, then of course you go to the dictionary, you would type in, I'll just do collect, even though I do like congregate, I do have to say. So congregate, and congregate, you're looking for verb. So you could do congregating or congregated. Okay, so once that's in, okay, once you've done that, now use those words, don't go back to the old words. Then you're going to organize your paragraph. At the top, I am doing a specific person. Now, I don't want to write this in directly on the paper because that way I can use it in class. So we are going to write the person's name in, okay? And the person I'm choosing is Jack Watson. Let me just double check it. Jack Watson. So based on the words and actions of Jack Watson in Shirley Jackson's story, The Lottery. Okay. I think he is upset, excited, nervous. Choose one of those about the lottery. Now, we got this started for you, okay, down here. So you have two pieces of text evidence, then the text analysis as well. So it's already started for you. You need to find one more piece of evidence, and then you do the analysis. Explain why that's important, okay? What this tells me. What does this tell me about Jack? What does it tell me about Jack? Then the end, write a concluding sentence that restates the central idea and explain why it's important. Once again, that's right up there. Just say it. Just make sure you explain why that's important, okay? Now you're going to write your paragraph, okay? When you go to write, go into your modules, and this is on your slide as well, okay? So all this is in there, page 153, 153. Now you're going to go back into Canvas because I want to see this writing on my end, okay? Instead of just holding it up to the camera. You're going to open up a quiz. It should be underneath 118, so November 18th. I will show you. So underneath, oops, let me fix this. I had the wrong day here. Oopsie. Modules. Let me just fix the date on that real quick. On this guy right here, edit. I was one day ahead. I was getting a little giddy on myself. Yep, so November 18th, open the quiz up. Quiz, write an informative paragraph, pages 152 to 153. Now, when you open it up, I'll have you some directions at the top. Once you have completed the planning for your paragraph on those pages, type your informative paragraph into the quiz. Revise before you submit. Oh my Lanta, please revise. You should be revising as you go anyway. Check for proper spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Okay, so type it in down here. The only thing I ask, the last thing, before of course you submit, okay, please make sure you make the font size a little bit bigger. It's a little bit easier for Miss Pudgy to read nowadays. So I wouldn't go crazy with 24, 26, 18, 14, somewhere in there. Would be very lovely. And then you can submit. Okay. Okay. And then of course I'll take a look at it on my end.